guitars and Cadillacs and hillbilly music. Hello, Jason Alexander reporting live from the club at Carlton Woods Nicholas Signature Course. And yes, the rumors are true. We have none other than the legendary voice of the Houston Airwaves, John Granato, joining us for a hard-hitting interview. We're going to recap our men's and women's match play event along with promote our Masters Week schedule here at the club. And we'll finish off with a special message from none other than Ralph C. McInville. So let's set the mood, light a candle, and pour a beverage of your choice. Because if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's do the Pro Show.
I'm Jose Altuve, and I like the Pro Show.
All right, a very special thank you to Jose Altuve, one of the millions and millions of Pro Show fans. Good luck to the Astros in the upcoming season. And now it's time for what everybody wants. And it's what everyone needs. A little tournament recap time.
Who won this? Who won that? It's time to find out in the tournament recap.
Only the best jingle in the business. Now, on to our ladies' match play. Ladies' match play. Our net division winners were Debbie Rudisil, Amy Torres, and Patty Mullen. And taking home the gross title, Miss Stephanie Hurlbert. Now on to the men. Hey, Team Callaway was awfully excited. Our super senior division winner, Mark Tressler. Our senior net was Lyle Gansky. Senior gross, none other than the Wookiee, Hank Wood. Our net division champion, the Exxon man himself, Mark Franklin. And our gross champion was Craig Hurlbert. Unbelievable final. Congratulations to all who played. And a quick shout out to my man Robert Gwynn. His golf game back from the ashes. Won a big amateur event in Bentwater this past weekend. Way to go, RG. And that's our tournament recap.
Tournament recap.
Okay, team, Masters Week is officially upon us, and what a schedule we have here at the Club of Carlton Woods for you all. Starting off on Wednesday at 5 p.m., we have our Super Skins at the Club of Carlton Woods Fazio, followed by our business meeting. Contact me for more information on that. Thursday, here at the Nicholas Signature, we're going to have our Par 3 contest beginning at 5:15, followed by a champions dinner in the Nicholas Dining Room, sponsored by the Team Reed Foundation. Going to be a wonderful meal and a great cause. And then Friday, back over to Fozztown for an 8:30 and 1 o'clock shotgun. We have special teas and pin locations, all set in the spirit of the Masters. Please join us for the entire week. We look forward to seeing you at the club soon. Okay, team, what an opportunity we just had a couple of days ago to have John Granato join us here on the Pro Show for a hard-hitting interview. Let's take a look. All right, here, Jason Alexander reporting live with the host of ESPN 97.5, host of John and Lance, plus the Golf Hour with Charlie Epps we just got done doing. Unbelievable. John Granato, welcome to the Pro Show and the millions and millions of fans.
Well, I'm a little nervous because I've never spoken in front of this many people. So, yeah, this is fun.
Well, I tell you what, can't thank you enough for being on the show. And with that being said, we're going to jump right into the hard-hitting 9 because everybody knows 10's just way too many questions. All right, Granato, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ready.
Out of the gate, number 1, give us a little backstory here for the guys who don't know you around the country. How'd you get into the radio business? I know we were kind of looking at play-by-play, and you're a handsome enough guy for play-by-play. How'd you end up behind the screen radio?
Well, I started in TV. Back in '87, I worked in Flagstaff. Then I went on to Lafayette, Louisiana. Then I went on to Green Bay, Wisconsin. I was the sports director for ABC affiliate, NBC affiliate. Then I came here, and I worked for Channel 51. A lot of you in Houston might not remember. It was a while ago. It was an all-news station. I started it up. I was the sports director, and I was working there and doing that. And it was funny. Russ Small, who was at KTRH, was going to take over for Ed and Mike and Ed in the mornings on 610, and Russ said, hey, I need a partner, and I was like, okay, I'm going to be the partner, and then Russ backed out last minute, and so Dickie Rosenfeld, who was running 610 at the time, said, who you want? And I said, I want Lance. So Lance and I started back in 1997, and we've been going, off and on. Lance went over to 790 for a little while. We came over here to 1560, and now we're at ESPN 97.5.
You'd have to say you're a power couple.
You would think it's 20 years now we've been together, and not one argument. Well, except every morning we have an argument about something. Yeah. Other than that, we're like a married couple because we do argue all the time.
Exactly. Well, y'all are two of the best. I guarantee it. All right, let's talk Houston sports here. You're obviously a connoisseur of Houston sports. Been here since the 70s. Couple questions here. Best title win. There's only 3 to choose from if you don't count the Dynamo. Best title win in Houston history here.
That's tough. I think the Astros was, probably now with the scandal, it was the biggest one. A lot of people took a lot away from the Rockets wins because Jordan won there. Jordan was there for the second one. He didn't get there. Orlando did. But it was 45 Jordan, not 23 Jordan, right. Obviously. So I'm going to have to say the Astros win. Although the first one, that first title, what a fun time that was here in '93. We had a great. I was out on Rich. I was on the court for those games because Channel 51. I got to shoot and do the interviews and everything else. But I was actually on the floor with all of that action. So for me, that was a lot more exciting. But I love that 17 team Astros team. That was the most fun team to watch because I thought they had the best chemistry of any team I'd ever seen.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I tell you, that first Rockets title, Kenny Smith with the pump fake and the three against the Knicks. Whew.
Yeah, and
legendary.
Green blocking that start shot. Yeah, there were so many moments.
A lot of moments. We're going to talk. There's a question coming up about that just a little bit later. Let's change the tune just a little bit. We're at the Granado household, okay? Lighting a candle for old Miss Granado, and I'm telling you, you're going top and tails here. You're going to put a button up on. This is such a big deal, you might even put one of your golf sweater vests on for this evening. What are you cooking for Miss Granado, and what's on the agenda for dessert? No, what are you cooking for Miss Granado, and what's for dessert? What are you going to do?
Well, she loves a grilled fish, and I make a great grilled fish, and I put onions and mushrooms and nuts and everything into it, and I put it in a foil, and I put that on the grill. She loves that. I make a sugo with the pasta and the meatballs and sausage and boiled eggs and mushrooms. That is, that's what I do for the big parties. But and she loves my grilled fillets as well. So all of those things. But if we're gonna have dessert, we don't often have dessert, but it's got to be ice cream with nuts and chocolate on it because that to me. When I get accused and I'm going to be on death row, and when I'm about to flip the switch, that'll be the last thing I eat. That's it. That's the last thing. That's right.
It sounds delicious. We might have to post that, Kale. That's a pretty good little dish. I think some guests might want to do that. All right, number 4 here. Favorite? Oh, I ask this to every guest. My buddies give me a little crap about it. Favorite sports movie? It's just one of the questions I love to ask.
Miracle. Yeah. To me, Kurt Russell. Well, I lived it, watched it. Well, yeah, no. Lived it. I watched. My cousin played in the '88 Olympics. So Tony Granato. So and we were we were hockey fans. We were growing up in Chicago. But chills, and I knew because it was tape delayed back then. I knew who won, and still watching that live, watching that on television. Do you believe in miracles? It still gives me chills to this day. So I watch that movie, and I still get chills watching that team. Not misfits, but such huge underdog. That was the biggest underdog win in history.
Yeah.
So that is by far, to me, the best movie ever.
Well, there is a movie in production. It's going to be based on our member last year with Dennis Courtney and Travis Brashear. It's going to be called The Miracle on Grass for our member champions last year. So we'll look forward to that. All right, best athlete since you've been in town here in Houston sports.
Ever. It's no doubt it's the dream. The dream. I mean, what he did, his footwork, everything about him. He carried 2 teams to titles. I don't know. Obviously Earl. I wasn't here for Earl, so I didn't get here till '93. But as far as athletes go, there's nobody can compare to the dream.
I don't think so either. I think it's a short conversation. Mm-hmm. I have to agree with you on that. Mm-hmm. All right, kind of a dream sequence here, of course. John Granato, you're on the 72nd hole. You've got a putt to win a major championship, a golf major championship. Who do you want in the booth calling the play-by-play action?
Nance. I mean, without a doubt. Nance is the best. I got to spend a little time when I was at his house at Pebble. We played his 7th, his hole there. He can't be more gracious. I texted him. We were drinking his wine. It's called The Calling. For those of you, if you're a Jim Nance fan, The Calling is a wonderful wine. And I texted him on New Year's Eve, said, "We're drinking your wine, Jim," and he texted me back.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So he, to me, he is the best. There's a Mount Rushmore. And the first one, he's George Washington as far as
Right.
announcers go. That's Jim Nantz.
I agree with you. And he's getting our big award at the Hall of Fame deal that we're going to get to host here at the end of April, which is going to be wonderful. Get to spend a little time with Mr.
He's the
Nance.
best. He's the best.
Can't get any better than that. All right, you got one current golfer here. Current golfer on tour. Tiger's hurt. We're going to move Tiger out of that. But you can take one current golfer's swing and make it your own, which we all know would be a big upgrade. What golf are you going to pick? What move are you going to pick for John Granato?
It might be surprising to you. I would pick Ryan Palmer's. I love his move. I love his move at the top. It's a little, and it's so pretty. It's not Maggart like where it's the same every time, but
Right.
it almost is.
Yeah.
And I just love that little move at the top that he makes, and I think he's playing so well. I mean, he's a guy. He's obviously not a star, big star, but you see, oh man, Ryan Palmer's up there again. Ryan Palmer's
He
up
pops
there again.
up.
He does. He pops up all the time. And I just, I'm Dustin with the wrist and all, and Rom just back here and Finau and all that stuff. But I just love the way how smooth he is. I love Ryan Palmer's swing.
So he was an Aggie when I was playing at Stephen F. Austin. We went head-to-head a bunch in college. He turned out maybe to have a slightly better golf career than me.
Mm-hmm.
It's arguable.
It's right there.
It's arguable. But, no, we always pull for Ryan Palmer. He's a heck of a guy.
And he's a great guy. Great guy.
Couldn't be any better. All right, quick answer here, but good question, I think. Who wins a major championship here in Houston first, a major title? Who's going to win the next one, the Astros, Rockets, or Texans?
It might surprise you. I don't know. The Astros are light years ahead of the other two teams.
But the window's probably closing quicker. I mean, the Texans and Rockets complete rebuilds now.
I think, yeah. I mean, obviously, but the window is closing, and if they don't do it within the next couple of years, I'm going to go Texans.
Okay.
I'm going to go Texans because I think Casario's going to, because I think they're going to get a high pick next year, and they're going to turn that pick into a quarterback, and they're going to be on their way, and I think the Texans could be 5, 6, 7 years away from being a top team in the league. I'm going to go Texans.
I couldn't agree with you more. All we got to do is get a quarterback and build some little draft capital, and that's what they're going to do.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think a lot of people would pick Astros because they're so much closer, but I don't know that this group is, the Yankees or Dodgers. So I'm gonna go, and that window is closing. He doesn't sign Correa this year. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on there. Now he's going to have a lot of money because Verlander and Greinke are going to be gone.
Right.
So we'll see if he spends it though. That's the question.
That is the question. All right, hard hitting nine's over. Before we let you go, we got to have one thing from you. Need a Masters pick. Need a Granado hard hitting Masters pick.
I'm gonna go with a long shot in Bryson DeChambeau. Okay.
You're walking out on a long limb there, Granado.
I'm hanging out that limb. Listen, dude is so good. Nobody thought he could win the Open. Nobody thought he could win at the Players. It's just not his kind of course. He has not played well at Augusta, but I think he's going to overpower that place, much like Tiger did, where he ran away from the field. Because when Bryson wins, he runs away from people now. He ran away at the Open at Winged Foot, and nobody thought he could play there because of the rough. He's going to learn. He has not played well there. At some point, and I think it's going to be this year, Bryson DeChambeau is going. And you know what? Here's the thing, too. And we talked about it, but we didn't really hit on this, is that when he's out there and he's playing, people are interested. I mean, I don't know that there's anyone that people like to watch right now on the tour more than Bryson DeChambeau.
Not with Tiger out. It's Bryson.
It's Bryson.
It's Bry. No doubt.
So and it'll be good for TV, and I think it'll be good for Augusta that Bryson DeChambeau is that guy.
Well, I'll tell you, we got opening day. It's the best time of the year non-football for me. We got opening day coming up. All systems go for the Astros coming up.
Well,
March Madness finishing up. We got the Masters. A lot of sports coming up.
A lot of fun.
Pretty exciting. John Granato, you're the man. Thanks so much.
Appreciate it.
All
Thank
right.
you. I'm on the pro show, everybody. I made it.
All right. Special thank you to John Granato, one of the heavy hitters on the Houston airwaves. And speaking of heavy hitters, we were lucky enough to be joined by Carlton Woods' own Ralph C. McIngvale with a special message for a wonderful cause we can all support. Let's take a look. All right, Consummate Pro here reporting live from the Nicholas Signature Course with a very special guest today, none other than Mr. Ralph C. McIngvale. Welcome to the Pro Show, millions and millions of fans.
Well, guys, first of all, really excited to be here. sitting in the chair that Jack Nicklaus has sat in, Colin Montgomery, A.J. Hinch. I'm just completely honored to be here. What a great day we're having today.
You completed that list.
Well, thank you. I hope so.
So tell us a little bit about what's coming up in May. We've got a tournament in your name, Whispering Pines. Give us some more detail.
So Charlie Epps and Mark Steinbauer are working with Whispering Pines and the Spirit charity up there, and they're going to start doing a bunch of these cancer for golf tournament events all around the country. And I'm very honored they're using my name and honoring me at the first event. It'll be Monday, May 17th at Whispering Pines. We're going to have, I think, 20 to 25 teams. They sold out in 3 days. I think they may have one event, one team spot left. Yeah. But Mark was very excited they sold out so fast, and he said, "Ralph, is that because of you?" And I said, "No, it's because I owe money to all those guys." So now I got to go clear up golf bets and clear up football bets. But here's the great news: we're going to start raising a lot of money to fight cancer. It's, everybody's been touched by cancer. I went through it 3 times. I'm not saying I beat cancer. I'm saying we got a truce right now. And I really would appreciate everybody's help and support on this. We're going to have some great auction items. We have about 6 to 8 auction items. We've got a Lexus car for a year. We've got tickets at the Pavilion. We've got golf trips to the Floridian. We're going to find that website. I'll get that for you, where people can go online, look at our auction items, and support that way if they can.
And I tell you what, I want to do my part as well. I'm going to donate a Pro Show cup to those items as well. Let's really put it over the top.
That will go for by far the most money. You know that.
Of course.
Yes.
Ralph McInville, we love you. You're the man, and we're so glad you're still with us. Looking great. Coming up in May, Whispering Pines. Ralph McInville, let's get it on.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, a wonderful cause there with Mr. McInville. Let's all support and get behind that. So you're telling me we had Granado, McInville, Masters Week. What an episode of the Pro Show. So on behalf of the staff of the Club of Carlton Woods, to the members, guests, millions, and millions of Pro Show fans, until next time, have a big time.